And moving on to the red for tonight. This is another one of my favorites. You should know that by now. It's Clos Mogador 2011. So back to the Priora here, which is one of my favorite areas, as we discussed. We've had a Clos Mogador 2000 not that long ago, a few months ago, together. It's all the same story about the Barbiers family and who's actually from the region, but he's got French origins. For more information about how this whole estate came together, I don't want to be repetitive, so it's better to go back and look at the video from April for the 2000. And needless to say, these wines are all incredible. It's kind of amazing. They don't seem to make sort of a bad year. Maybe it's the climate, maybe it's the particular geography in that amphitheater that we discussed, maybe it's just the quality and the age of the vines, but it's every vintage is good. This is, as we discussed before, it is primarily Grenache, maybe 50% or more, and then there's Carignan, Syrah, and Cabernet Sauvignon in it. So it's sort of like a hybrid between, if you want, like a Bordeaux blend maybe or something, and more like a real Priora blend with Grenache and Carignan, because the Syrah and the Cabernet Sauvignon are kind of intruders in that region. Anyway, the color is very sort of, I was going to say thick, but that's kind of what it makes me think of. So it is pretty deep. You know, the wine is not. It's got quite a bit of sediment on the bottle, so you could tell it's not really filtered. It's not a super old bottle, and hasn't really bricked yet, unlike the 2000 we had together. So it still has a little bit of that purple in it, the vivacious red, if you want. On the nose, the minute I opened it, I got some really interesting nose, which was not the typical fruit. It was maybe, I don't know, a little bit of incense, a little bit of that sort of something burnt, you know, but again, not unpleasant. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was a fleeting sensation. Now I'm getting more cherry, really sort of noticeable cherry, and a little bit of that camphor you get from sort of, and I like that a lot, and that kind of almost this medicinal alcohol that sits on top of the wine, and it just, to me, it's just really, I know it's not fruit, it's not this or that, but it's just kind of, to me, it's very, very appealing. And the cherry is right underneath, and then I think this is the one that's going to continue to open up for the evening, but I wanted to catch everyone here before the bottle disappears, because I'm not sure there's going to be anything left. And it continues to open up. What really gets you primarily, it's the alcohol. It's 15.5% alcohol. So that, you feel it on the nose, definitely. Let's just see what the mouth feels like. The tannins are still pretty alive, a little bit mouth puckering, so really reminds you that this is a wine that still has a lot of life. The finish is very nice, very velvety. It doesn't really, it just stays there and it kind of edging away, sort of in the sunset, so to speak. On the front, on the taste itself, you do have the fruit again, the cherry. It's primarily cherry, I would say. Some of the other blue-black sort of fruits are coming together, but they're not there yet. I know they're going to come out. Not a lot of earth yet, not a lot of the earth tones. I think this is the wine that could have tasted very different. And of course, each stage is different and they're all good. Let's say in 10 years, you'd have had more tertiary sort of flavors. Very classy, restrained, but not so much. We've talked about this in the other bottle. It's got a little bit of that vivacious. It's got like that life in it, but it's also not exuberant. It's just very enjoyable, very sophisticated. I know it's an overused word, but without being impenetrable. You can really access it because of the fruit, because of the alcohol that is actually helps open it, doesn't really mask it. And you've got this sort of amazing wine that's unlike anything else you're going to have from, I think, from any region because of the blend, because of how these guys make it. And it's a fine wine. This is not a cheap wine, but it's certainly, again, even at its price, which is we're looking 80 to $100, it punches above its weight, and I would say it's comparable in quality to a Bordeaux that's 50% or 100% more. So and it's got this unique pedigree, this unique blend that's really brings different flavors together that you normally do not find together. So once again, a big hit from the Clos Mogador, and I know we're going to enjoy it with actually with gumbo tonight. I think that might go quite well. Anyway, cheers, and we'll see you soon.